Tomorrow morning, before the sky turns from black to gray, something will wake you. Not an alarm, a cool current of air from an open window, the first bird testing its voice in a dark tree. You open your eyes and the day has not started yet. Nothing is asking anything of you. For a moment, you are awake before the world is. I live on a farm in rural Thailand, and this is how I wake almost every day. Around 5 in the dark, in the cool air before the sun. And I used to think that people like me who rise before dawn must be different from people in the city. But that is not true. People in the city wake early too. They race the clock. They race the trains. Everyone is up before the light chasing something. So the question was never who wakes early. The question is what you are racing toward. This is not a story about waking early. It is a story about what you wake up toward. It runs through 3 things. A son you cannot argue with. A string of failures that sent me home. And a bed of weeds that taught me how to be awake. When I wake, the first thing I do is stand up and turn on the light. Then I fold my blanket and put away the bedding. I wash, and then while it is still dark, I sit at the computer for an hour. Some mornings I plan the day. Some mornings I send photographs to a stock library or prepare a design to print and sell. Some mornings I watch and learn. About coding, about building things with new tools, about the teachings of an old monk. The work is quiet and it is mine. And when the sky begins to lighten, I leave the screen and walk out to the field. I go out that early for one reason. The sun in this part of the world is not gentle. The World Health Organization built a scale for it called the UV index, and it runs from low to extreme. In much of Thailand, by the middle of the day, that scale reads 11, 12, sometimes higher. That is the top of it, extreme. On a day like that, 15 minutes of unprotected midday sun is enough to burn bare skin. I have felt it. By mid-morning, the light stops being light and starts being weight. Even covered up, the sweat runs into everything. The skin stings and the work stops being work. So I do not fight the sun. I get up before it. In the cool hour after dawn, the same task that would break me at noon feels almost like rest. You do not win against the sun like that. You learn to move before it wakes. But there is a harder question. Why is a man who once looked down on farming out in a vegetable bed at all? Because for years, I wanted no part of this. I thought farming was small. I thought it was hard labor for little money, a thing you did when you had no better option. So I chased the fast roads instead. I joined a direct sales business, the kind that promises wealth to anyone who believes hard enough. It collapsed. I tried trading the markets. The account emptied. I was not unlucky. I was ordinary. A study out of Brazil followed thousands of people who tried to day trade for a living. Among those who kept at it for more than 300 days, 97% lost money. Almost no one earned even a basic wage. The road I thought was fast was a road almost no one survives. So I stopped and I looked down at my feet. My parents were already standing on something solid. 30 rai of land, a quarter of it in vegetables that sell, the rest in fruit trees and timber and a small grove of bananas. I had been searching everywhere for a business to build, and my family had already built one. I told myself farming was small. I told myself it was for people with no other choice. I never told myself that the thing I was searching for was already under my parents' feet. So I came home to it. Now every morning, the field gives me the same first task. Pulling weeds from the vegetable beds. I do it alone. I put on a recording of an old monk speaking, and I let his voice run while my hands work the soil. The work does something to the mind. My hands find the weeds, the birds keep singing, and my mind, left alone, wants to leave. It runs to yesterday. It runs to a worry about money. This is not a small problem. Researchers at Harvard once used a phone app to catch people in the middle of ordinary life and ask what they were thinking. They found that almost half of our waking hours, our minds are somewhere other than what we are doing. 47%. And a wandering mind, they found, is an unhappy mind. I feel it in the weeds. The grass cuts my fingers a little, and it hurts, and the mind wants to run from even that. So I bring it back to the sound of the birds, back to the feel of the soil, back to this one weed, this one breath. There is a word for this kind of clear, continuous awareness. Sampajanya, knowing what you are doing while you do it. A minute of it, then two, then I lose it, then I find it again. I am not good at it yet. But on the days I keep coming back, the suffering in me grows a little thinner. And that, more than the vegetables, is why I go. And then the sun comes up. By the time it clears the top of the trees, the bed in front of me is clean. Dark soil, straight rows, not a weed left. The light I spent the morning moving ahead of finally reaches me, and it finds the work already done. I stand up and look at it, and I feel two things at once. I have practiced being awake, and I have made something real. A row of vegetables that will feed my family and earn our living. The same hour did both. Then I go inside. My mother has been cooking, and the food is ready as I come in. I used to set my life against the clock, racing toward money that never came. Now I wake in the dark, and I do not race anything. I move before the sun, I pull the weeds, I come back to my own hands. The light still finds me every morning. The difference is that now, it finds me already home.